Hey y'all. All right, so this one, unfortunately, my opponent kept timing in and out, but we'll try to do our best with this one. Opponent is on black white 8 rack. I think black green 8 rack is probably better because Seal of Primordium is probably works better with Lily on the Veil, so you can just play it and then play Lily and still +1 Lily. Whereas my opponent here was playing, what's it called? What's the name of that? I don't know, the one cast white card that destroys artifacts and enchantments out of the new set. So, anyways, here we go. um, 18 and 10. So I go first. Yeah, I keep it because I have ruins with Bell and a colored mana here. So in this case, I feel comfortable in blind self mill, and if I have Inquisition to disrupt my opponent to slow them down. That way, if they got a Goyf or something, I can try to discard the Goyf maybe. And Ancient Stirrings to try to dig for something, like either a lantern or a bridge. So I feel pretty comfortable with this one, even though I don't have a bridge or a lantern. And this is where my opponent keeps timing out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they did not have. They did not mull, so I did not mill. And Inquisition. I believe they took my Inquisition because they wanted to keep me off of taking their Shrieking Affliction. In this case, again, I'm very lucky to have the Academy Ruins in my opening hand, or keep that hand with Ruins. And I come back. Now, I still didn't know what my opponent was on for sure. I suspected 8 rack, but I don't know, so I don't want to mill my opponent without knowing for sure. So Stirrings, go ahead and grab a lantern off of that. What were the other choices? Opal. Oh yeah, I put an ensnaring bridge on the bottom because I wanted the information more than anything. Because I drew the abrupt decay and I have a bell, so I figured I can. And I'm if need be, I can mill myself at this point. um, did I play the lantern first? No, I didn't. Stirrings and then Endure. Stirrings then lantern. So now waiting to see my opponent's top, and that lets me know what they're on. And I go to mill it. So Inquisition, they have to grab the decay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they grab the decay. Yeah. And Thought Seasoning, there goes my bell. So now I just got Glimmer Void. What did I mill? Milled the rack. And yeah. Now I could put Bell back on top, but it'll just there's no point. And I saw my opponent draw Funeral Charm. So now I'm just trying to mill into something decent. I know I don't need a bridge. Not immediately at least. So fair is good though. And my opponent does the Funeral Charm during my draw phase. Now Noxious Survival is on top. So I'm going to be able to... I'm taking some damage from Affliction, but I'm going to be... I know they don't have another threat than Affliction, so I know the Noxious Survival will be able to give me my Abrupt Decay back to kill the Affliction, and then they have no threat at all. Yeah, I keep them off of Myth Realized. I considered letting them draw Myth Realized, but I figured it was worth like not having the risk. Yeah, and this is fast forward, so I was pretty like patient as far as my opponent. So opponent goes for the Smallpox. I need both of these for the Abrupt Decay, so I have to sack my Ruins here. And I cast Noxious Survival in response to put Decay on top. So draw Decay, wait for my opponent, and then Decay. And I know that I've got the win now. Go ahead and Brutality, discard mode, because there was one card I didn't know yet left in hand. So I used the Brutality to make sure I got full information, and I got full information. And now the game is locked. Because at this point, there's so many dead cards that it just doesn't matter. Now I named the Bloodstained Mire because the game is really locked up. I don't want them to have that shuffle effect. And now I have 5 lands, and I can get back my Academy Ruins. They're going to make me discard that swamp that was stuck in my hand. I can get Bell back. And I can get Bell back instead of the other Shredder because I have Ruins, so that way I can mill myself as well to try to dig for more mill rocks or whatever, you know? Yep, there we go. Yeah, that's it. So we go to game 2. So game 2, I sided in Ley Lines, of course. Now this hand, I have 0 lands, but I have Natural Lock, I have Ley Line, I have a Pithing Needle, and I have Discard. And Tutor isn't great here because, you know, if I have no lands, am I going to be able to empty my hand for a Tutor? But I know that Ley Line just shuts down their deck hardcore. I know they're running white, so I was worried about them. I was Fragmentize about being able to kill my Ley Line, but they would have to mull into that. And I figure it was worth a shot. I'm already up a game, so worst case scenario, I lose the game. We go to game 3, so I go ahead and give it a shot. Yeah, and they have me play first, which makes sense because the 8-rack would want to be on the draw, so they have more discard spells and whatnot. So Leyline stops it. It doesn't stop the rack because it says choose an opponent. It doesn't say target player. Let me verify that. Choose an opponent. Yeah, so it doesn't say target. And this doesn't target. So it's all discard and Liliana. So Liliana is something I'm going to have to take most likely. I considered not taking Liliana and just playing Needle, but since my opponent is playing white, I want to make it so that even if they draw a Lily, I can Needle that. And then they're forced to pick one or the other as far as what they're going to destroy, either the Needle or the Ley Line. So yep. So I considered milling the Myth Realized, but there's a Lily. Now I don't. Yeah, I go ahead and know that. Yeah, Needle the Myth Realized because now they're not going to draw a Lily most likely. And I'm keeping my hand at 3 here. It might have been correct to Infernal Tutor to get another Shredder or Pixis before I played them. But yeah, I can't let them have that smallpox. Just playing one card at it, or playing cards at a time and keeping 3 in hand the whole time. Keeping my opponent off his stuff. Now I know it's okay for to let them draw Mutavault because I saw Ghost Quarter. Or I have Ghost Quarters. And opponent keeps losing connection. I don't need to play bridge, so. So really that 0 land Leyline hand just shuts down. Yeah, they just keep losing their connection. Yep. Go ahead and mill. And now I can start killing stuff with Seal. And I draw Decay to keep killing stuff. Yeah, and that's it. They never come back now. Well, they come back, but they just leave the game. So the game's locked up at that point. Pretty good. Okay.